Hi, it's Andy Rouse here with part 2 of the Birds in Flight Masterclass. And as I said before, I took the long video and I chopped it up into smaller bits. So what I've done, I put an extra bit on the end for you as well about wings up or wings down. And wild bunchers, remember, your extended version of this is in the app. So anyway, keep watching and hope you enjoy. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's look at an aesthetic thing about the wings. Look at this, underside of the wings, red kite. I don't really like pictures of the underside of the wings because they show too much detail and too much structure. Of course, a lot of the time we're photographing up, so we get the underside of the wings. But of course, birds bank. And with red kites, look at this picture. You learn that in the wind, that's when you go and photograph them because they bank. And look at the colors on the back of the wings there. The back of the wings are much more attractive. Certainly when a bird is taking off, you don't really get the back of the wings. But when it's landing, it will be coming in and maybe banking in the wind. A windy day is often the best for flight photography, okay? Because you're going to get some really good wing shapes. And a lot of what we do is about getting good wing shapes. You see that beautiful pattern. Look at this kingfisher erupting from the water. Underneath, the wing patterns are pretty ugly, I think. I don't like them because it's a two-tone wing pattern. I think, yes, the action picture kind of belies the fact that the underside of the wings are not great looking. But look at this, where it's diving into the water. Look at the beautiful blues on the back and the patterns of the blues on the back and the colors. The backs of the wings of a bird are so much more attractive. Check out this tufty. Wow, wow, wow. Look at those beautiful tones across. Now, this is done at Slimbridge, obviously. Late light, okay? It's coming in, it's banking. On another day, it will be banking with its wings like that. But on this day, it's very hard to articulate your hands like that. It's banking away from me. So in other words, I've got that beautiful, beautiful back of the wings effect. Here's another one of my obsession with pintail ducks. I love the male pintail. It's so gorgeous. You can see the little tail coming out the back. But look at those lovely colorations there. And a slightly interesting sky, not a boring sky. Here's an even better sky. Look at the back of the wings there, how gorgeous they are, the sheen on them, you know, the perfection on them. You don't see the feather structures underneath. I know if you're a scientist photographer or publishing in a science journal, people always ask me, oh, have you got the wing structure because we want to show it? Yeah, I can do that. Well, basically you can do that because you get no choice. But what you should be looking for is the tops of the wings because it's pure. It's like an uninterrupted flat bird in that way. When you look at the underside, it's got all the structures and it's distracting. And also, the underside, you can get a lot of shadow that doesn't look very good at all, okay? And that's about shooting at the heat of the day when you should be shooting right at the end of the day or the start of the day when the sun is at its lowest and it will light up the wings beautifully. Here's a goldfinch. Look at the stunning colors of that. They have the worst under wing structure ever, okay? But from that side, okay, look at it. That's done in my garden. And I controlled how they did that with where I put the feeders, okay? Where they would come from a tree, I knew that they would angle and often they would come out and do this. Brilliant. Also, when a bird is flying away from something, generally it will have its wings like that top side too. That's what they do in my garden. It's easy to control. Now, what are the exceptions to the rule? There's always people going, no, it's not true, there's exceptions. Sorry, most of you don't talk like that, I know. Okay, backlight. Look at this goldfinch backlight. You can see the wing structure there, but you get backlight when you shoot through the wings. When you shoot the top side, you don't get backlight, okay? The reflection only comes, or the light coming through, when you shoot through the wings and the bird is coming towards you, okay? So that's the exception. You can see here, the light is beautiful, the position is beautiful. It's just looking down over its shoulder. 5,000th of a second there, caught nicely in the frame in my garden. Here's one of the little owls I did from my Little Owl book. Shameless plug there on the website. Signed as well. Beautiful, you know, slightly backlit, light a little bit across the, it's kind of coming from the side of the sun. And it was against the barn door it was flying across. That's the black background. Light coming across it a little bit, right? But look at that lovely light coming through the wings. That's what makes the picture, is the light coming through the wings. It looks really, really, really amazing, I think, with that black background. Here's a cuckoo. I've done a cuckoo a few times in my life with my mate Rich. And this is beautiful. Look at the wings again. Now, underside of the wings, without the sun, with the full sun, they look rubbish, the cuckoos. They really do. Apart from cuckoo can never look rubbish, to be honest. But they do. It doesn't look right. But with the light coming through, it makes you forget about the wing structure and it adds a real beauty to the images. So don't be afraid to shoot backlit. If you've got the underside of the wings and you can shoot backlit, it's great. But remember, backlight only works with low sun. You can't do backlight looking up at the angle. That doesn't work at all. It only works in low sun, okay? Other exceptions, okay, are when you have soft light on a white colored bird, okay? So if you have a white colored bird like this barn owl, you have beautiful wing structure underneath because it's pristine white. There's no like variations of color and contrast that make the feathers stand out. So this barn owl is looking, it's actually using its wing when it's hunting to reflect the sound so it can tell what it's going for. Very simple sunrise picture there, lighting up the underside of the wings. It would be ruined if it was in shadow. I haven't put a section here on, why shadows are rubbish on wings, because it's obvious, because you should see from all of these pictures that there are no annoying shadows on the wings. And you can see how beautiful that is. Here's another bird. Now they say, oh, I don't do snowy owls. That's why I did barn owls in the UK. Here's the snowy owls. They do this beautiful heraldic pose. Lots of birds do it, okay? With the soft wings there and that heraldic pose, as I call it, underneath the wings looks really, really great, I think. And a very pastel picture here. Thanks to Mike for helping me get these pictures. I lost contact with Mike, so if you ever watch my videos, Mike, please get in touch again. And this last one, snowy owl, again, really beautiful, heraldic pose, soft light, lighting up underneath the wings. So everything we've spoken about coming together, shooting, shooting a low angle, okay, so it's against the background, which is always better than shooting up if you can control it. Low light, and where even though we're shooting into the wing structure, the soft light and the white structure underneath the wings really makes it work. Would that be a goldfinch, for example, with its really distracting underneath of the wings? It wouldn't work at all, okay? So I think that works very well. So there's a quick lesson for you. Always try and do top side. It's hard to do it. Top side of the wings. It always looks much, much better in your pictures. Try it. You will see, okay? It just does. Photograph on a windy day if you can. Get the birds doing much more acrobatics, much more likelihood you're going to get the back of the wing structure. And yeah, just do that, and you don't need any special depth of field for it really, because you want to try and get as parallel as you can. So 5/6 would work, or even 4. But if you get slightly not parallel, obviously you've got to up the aperture. You're the photographer, you've got to do that kind of stuff. All right, on to the next gem. Now that was the main video that I shot, and afterwards I kind of thought, you know what? I want to add another section on wings up or wings down. Didn't fit anywhere else, so I've put it on the end here for you, because it's a question I get asked an awful lot. What's a good wing position? Okay, so we've covered the fact that we need to get maybe the top side of the wings if we can, because it looks better. Not every time, but it mostly does. But what about wings up or wings down? Well, here's a shorted owl flying across. Wings up obviously shows the underside of the wings, okay? It's the most common thing that people take, and it's a positive composition. And what I mean by that is it's dynamic. It's obviously going somewhere because it's got its wings up, it's flying, you can see them. It's a lot more dynamic than having the wings at the side. It doesn't quite work. So wings up is the general thing. Now, if you look at these macaws that I shot in the Amazon, and by the way, Ecuador Bird Masterclass is about to be announced on our website, so do sign up for the mailing list. Details below. This was shot from a tower in the Amazon, and you can see here where the wings are not up and not down. And I don't like this because it's not really showing the true beauty of the macaw. It's kind of half and half. The light was murky anyway, so that's why the picture is like this. But beautiful habitat, and to have them fly around us was amazing. But half and half wings, I don't think work. It doesn't mean that you don't take them, because of course, you take what you like when you shoot. It's just that when you edit, you don't process these. You kind of root these out. That's what I wouldn't do it. Unless it's a real rarity and it's the first thing you've ever got, then keep it, and you can go back and maybe improve upon it later on. This is another one from the same sequence, and you can see I've got wings down on the bottom and then wings halfway up on the top, and you can see how the wings down shows us the color on the tops of the wings. And wings down has often been frowned upon as like, oh no, you don't want really wings down because it's kind of negative composition. Well, it does show the color on the tops of the wings, which is what we've been talking about. So I think it's an interesting one to remember and to learn, that wings down is as much in the armory as wings up. It's wings in the middle that we certainly don't want to get. Now, to round all this up, okay, I want to show you a few pictures of a sunbittern, which is an amazing bird that has something very, very special about it, okay? And I just shot these in Ecuador. It's the first time I've really had a very clear image of it. And the sunbittern, it kind of mooches around, you know, and it's a pretty nondescript bird. It's quite beautiful in the face, but it's pretty nondescript when it's going in the undergrowth. But when it flies, boom. Oh my God, look at those wings. They are stunning. Now, this breaks all of the rules of flight photography, okay? Excuse the courier going by outside. This breaks all of the rules of flight. It's going away from the camera, okay? You can't see the head, it's turned away. But you know what? In situations like this, when a bird's wings are so beautiful, you don't need to worry about it, okay? Because the picture is about the wings. It's not a record shot. It's not an ID shot. It's not a perfect shot against blue sky. I hate those. It's something really, really different. And I didn't shoot it dark and murky. It was dark and murky with a nice high shutter speed on this. Sony A1 Mark II, 300-8, wild bunches. I'll go into a lot more detail on these pictures for you. But you can see there the tops of the wings. That breaks the rules because it's going away. But look at the tops of the wings. Here's another one where it's coming towards me. Head again, not perfect, but tops of the wings are amazing. Now I want to show you a variation here, okay? Here we are from behind looking at the underside of the wings. Now the underside of the wings are beautiful, but look at the structure in them. You can see, I know it's flying away, don't worry about that for now, but you can see how it's not the best, okay? Because you can see all the structures and the colors are not great. So one that I want to show you is the one that was the thumbnail for this, which is my favorite shot. Boom. Here you are. Look at those wings. Oh my God. How beautiful is that? I mean, I think it's in the top 2 or 3 most beautiful birds in flight in the world. Now, below, tell me if you disagree. Tell me what your favorite coloration of birds' wings are in flight, because I'd love to know, because I want to go and photograph it. Don't say buzzard or something like that, because they're just brown. Something really, really beautiful. I think few birds are as beautiful as this. This took my breath away when I shot this. Sony, as I say, A1 Mark II, 300-2.8. Absolutely incredible. I got the whole sequence going up and down each time. I edited the lot, and this is my favorite. The wings are amazing. And this is an advocate for wings down. If you have a really beautiful subject, okay, wings down wins every single time, okay? It does. It's amazing with the wings. I would have preferred the other wing to be up. In other words, remember earlier in the videos I said if you get something banking round, I've whacked my arms this way. I've done my air ropes this morning, so my arms are a bit sore. When you have it banking round, you can see the colours of the wings. Obviously not underneath, on the top, all right? So if I'd have had that, the back wing up as it had been banking, that would have been great. It didn't. It was flying straight up backwards into the nest. Here's a picture that's not perfect, okay? It's a bit tight. It's not artistic or anything, but I wanted to show you it to show you that when you have such beauty in the wings, the focus of the picture can be the wings. And even if you completely mess it up like I did here and shot it too tight, flying away, bit of a boring background, etc., etc., the wings can stand out. And because I've got a lot of megapixels, of course, I can crop in and have something really beautiful just of those wings as you're seeing on the screen now. So I hope that was useful for you, the whole thing. Sorry it's a bit cut up, but as I said, I cut the long video to make it much more watchable for you. And it looks like you've watched the first one exactly that. You've watched it to the end. So I hope that you're enjoying this. Wild Bunches, remember, you've got your extended content talking about the tech side of the images and the camera setup and everything else on your app. So you watch that version. Those of you that want to join us, remember we've got free gift memberships for a month. You can come and have a look at what we do. You will like it, I guarantee it, because if you like what I do, you will like it on there. If you don't like what I do, don't worry about it. Drop me an email below. You'll see in the links below. Drop me an email, and that's about it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, please. It helps us with the channel. It helps us to tell you when we do new things. And I'll be back again with number 3, which talks about autofocus. And Sony people, don't worry. I'm also going to do a setup video for you on the A1 Mark II and how I use it and how I think it's a good setup. All right, that's all for now. Bye, 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 bye.